Hi guys, I wanted to share this moment because my channel is about healing. I don't know why I'm talking so quiet. There's like nobody around, but so I'm out here in this beautiful place. I went for a hike away from any people. There's a beautiful lake. I was hiking up through Moose Creek Reservoir area and in northern Idaho, and it was funny because I had a dream last night where I was just walking through this area with all these beautiful trees, and as I looked through my eyes in the dream, I saw the sky with the tree line and just the sights, and I saw it with such vividness and clarity. It was like it was real, and I knew I was dreaming, and I was like, wow, this is like so real. It's scary. And I think something about the vividness of it scared me, or I didn't know where to go from there or something. So I woke up, but I think I might have woken up in the dream. But like, I did a spell last night where I sprinkled herbs around my bed, and I slept with tarot cards under my pillow, and I had my favorite stones, crystals right now, right by my head, and it was basically a spell to find the healing that I'm looking for, because there's something that I'm still been looking for. I'm so frustrated right now just to find what I finally been looking for, and my spells always work. So I go out today and I go hiking, and there's been something very synchronistic about this hike, because as I'm looking at the vividness of all the trees, it feels like the dream that I had last night. And I've stopped off the trail to meditate several, like here and there, and I do feel my consciousness shifting a lot, and like I do when I meditate, especially when I meditate out in the woods and stuff. And I just keep having moments where I'm finding a lot of cool stuff out here. I'm finding like beautiful, beautiful rocks, and like lots and lots of mullein growing in the middle of the forest, and like beautiful feathers, like gorgeous, big, perfect feathers, and shiny rainbow feathers and stuff. And I'll keep having these interesting things where like something gets my attention over here, and then I'll follow it just to, oh, I guess I'm gonna walk over here now. And then I find like something gorgeous, or like, and I was like walking the trail, and I turned, and I was like, okay, you know what? Now it's time for me to turn back. I think I'm just gonna turn. And right as I turned, I glimpsed some sparkles through the trees, and I'm like, what is that? Is that water? And I'm like, yes. And so I follow it through the trees, and then I come out to this gorgeous little pond where there's no people. And it's just so fucking pretty right here. I just love it. Look how blue that sky is. And like, and as I'm sort of giving into my crow brain, which wants to gather, and I'm just kind of surrendering to it, and just like searching within myself, and also just kind of searching on the ground. Really what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to stop searching so hard within myself, because I've just been searching, and and it hurts. And so really what I'm trying to do is stop searching so hard. But I've been letting myself search on the ground, and it feels so wonderful. I gathered so many beautiful rocks. I almost felt like, ugh, like a kind of like I was being kind of silly and greedy, but like I just was like, fuck it, I'm gonna take these rocks, and I'm just kind of giving in to like getting things for myself and wanting things for myself. There is so much that the world and that nature and that life wants to give us, and we have to learn how to receive and not just take, you know? But as I am out here and I'm searching on the ground and I'm just kind of, you know, giving in, I'm feeling, because we just had a full moon in Pisces, which is water, and and it's also Virgo season, and so like, you know, I with the full moon ritual that I did with my friend, and with what I've been going through, I've been expecting to really kind of dive deep into my emotions and things that are still the ocean, you know, that still needs to be seen. Also, I've been seeing a lot of crows lately, like a lot of crows. And I feel like, and I've also been connecting with my mother, who has huge crow energy because she's a gatherer and a scavenger, and we love shiny things. And so for some reason, I'm really tapping into that right now. But, because I really get that from her. But like, anyway, like with the Pisces, which is water and emotions, and as I'm looking on the ground, I think this is the third time I've tried to say this, I have this feeling of a certain level in myself of emotion, and it feels old. Like, it feels like I felt this when I was a child. But I also feel like I had this feeling of longing come up and surface that's very familiar, and it's the feeling that I felt. It was just a little crowning of this longing that I felt in the initial days after I met my karmic catalyst slash twin flame. Not really sure which one to call him. Not sure it matters. And I was, it caused me to travel to California in search of him and in search of myself, in search of something, or just running, you know. But during this time, I felt this longing inside that was so explicit and so big, like a lifetime's worth of pain just reverberating and illuminating my entire being from my very core. It's like I could feel the inside of my bones kind of pain. And I really think I have some kind of a strong karmic connection with California. Like, I've lived past lives there because I've felt so drawn there for years. And I just had this huge sense of wanting this life, wanting to be there with him, and just wanting California and the spirit of the place just being in me. And I was just thinking, because I felt that because there are so many shades to that longing, because it's so complex and deep and just oceanic, that like, this was just a certain shade of that longing that I felt, a certain point of it. But and I was just thinking about how when something like that happens to you, there's no way that you don't believe in soulmates or reincarnation or karmics anymore. Because it's like, the longing that I felt went way beyond the amount of time that I had known this person. Like, it felt so old. Like, I've lived an entire life that involved this person somehow, that involved this connection somehow, and that it was big, and that I was remembering it and missing it so bad. And I was just thinking about this as I'm looking along the ground for rocks and things, and it reminded me of how when I went to the beach, when I went down to California, I walked the beaches in LA a lot, and I fell down on my knees in the sand, and one of the things that I did down there was I just gathered seashells, because the whole fucking shores down there is just littered with gorgeous multicolored tiny little oblong seashells, and I just went nuts. It was the only thing that gave me any kind of relief or enjoyment during that period. And so I just spent hours just gathering, and I brought tons of them home, and I later got rid of all of them, but it was the same kind of feeling that one of the things I was thinking about. But like, and I don't know exactly, I think it comes from losing everything. You're just wanting to just gather. But, and here's the thing, is that healing is ineffable a lot of the time. But as I'm thinking about this, I think what touched upon inside me was that I've been so hung up on this person as my twin flame, and what I have to do about it, and where I have to get to, and wanting things to turn out a certain way with him, and wanting to see him again, and wanting him to be okay, and not letting go inside, not moving on. And as I thought about this, I think I opened up to the idea that maybe he's just a karmic. Well, no, that's not really what it is. He's not just a karmic, because, like, that's the thing, is that, like, this connection with him is very, very deep. And it's not about me belittling it at all. Because, like, oh my god, like, god damn it. No one in my life affected me like this person. It's kind of indescribable. Like being split right at the core or something. And that's why I was thinking of him as my twin, because it's like meeting your other half. It really is. And the longing that I felt for him was like I wanted to become him, like physically merge with him. The creepiest thing I've ever felt. But it's like, how is that not twin flame energy? The thing is that, like, I don't know, there's just something inside me, and I sat down to meditate by the water, and just something inside me is I think opening up to, I don't know, like, just letting him be a part of me, like letting him be a part of me, and maybe being able to say goodbye at the same time, which is kind of what I was asking for, because it's really hard to say goodbye. Like, it's been 2 years since I heard from him, and there's a certain part of me that never moved on from a certain place. There's a certain conversation was the last conversation that we had. There's a certain part of me that never moved on from right after that conversation. And it's incredibly painful. You just walk around with a certain part of you just staying in the past like that. And I just, the thing is, I'm not saying that he's not my twin flame. It doesn't matter, is what I'm saying. Like, it's not about belittling the connection. These stupid labels that we give things, it's like, oh, that's your twin flame. Oh no, that's just a karmic catalyst. It's like, there are times that if someone is abusive and really doesn't actually give a shit about you, that you can just be like, throw them in the garbage bin, you know? But at the same time, you can't belittle the connections that you have with people or what you feel for them. And like, this is not a person who, like, didn't care about me. Yeah. I'm trying so much to find the words for what is shifting inside me, but what I'm trying to say is just that my spell, I think, worked, because I seem to be finding inside, finally being able to let go. And there may be more that I have to do, I don't know, like more letting go, maybe, I don't know, but I think this is maybe the beginning of maybe finally letting go. There's a lot of disappointment, I think, in this, but... And that's the thing about twin flames, like, I don't think people know everything about how it works or what it is, or how to label it or not. Like, people say you meet your twin flame, it's because you're supposed to come into union in this lifetime, or like, it's supposed to be this or it's supposed to be that. You know, the consensus seems to be that the whole purpose of twin flames is to learn how to let go. And that the confusing part, though, is that once you let go, that's when you get to be with them, which then it puts you in this loop of like, I have to let go of them so that I can be with them. But that's not letting go, is it? So it's kind of a trap, and I've been in that trap. And the thing is that you have to actually let go, which means actually letting go, not letting go so that you can be with them, because that's not letting go. But like, it's like you gotta stop trying to get somewhere to get to an end and get somewhere for yourself. And I just, I just want to live my life and be happy. I don't want to feel this pain anymore. I don't want to feel pain all the time. And I do think that I think it's budging. There's a budge. There's something inside me that just has not wanted to budge. I think it's starting to budge. It's starting to. And so I just, and I guess what I'm trying to get at is like, there's not always words for everything that's happening when you heal. And so I don't know, I just, I am going to talk a lot more about twin flames and about, well, karmic connections and what happened with that on this channel. And I just wanted to share this moment and this beautiful place. It's getting cold. I should probably get headed back now, but I hope, yeah, I just wanted to share this moment.